Hi. Matt,
Hi, Zoe.
can I sit here? I just want to finish my lunch.
Sure.
I had a really great philosophical approach that made it an interesting interplay between the two leads. I think the limited location and the two lead construct puts a lot of pressure on the performers to have a dynamic that feels natural and realistic. And I thought that it worked well. They had a good interplay that I thought felt natural and sort of reflected the doubts about faith and morality and ultimate truths that I thought are obviously central to the human experience. And I thought that it were interesting in trying to navigate within this construct, especially in a short amount of time. So I thought the piece had a strong sort of stylistic approach to it that was really matched by the music as well. And I thought that it overall gave you a lasting impression, especially for the short runtime of the piece.
It's a really great metaphor for creationism and finding something to believe for in humanity and our beliefs of creationism through these robots. I think it was really clever, and it lays it out in a way that's easy to understand and takes it out of the framework of humanity and a higher being, and it's a little bit easier to digest for those who are a little bit more religious or cautious to these kinds of stories. I think the pacing is really well done. It's very easy to understand, and you lay it out in very digestible terms.
It was really a great, brilliant, actually, idea about, first at first I thought, these robots were just talking about science and a higher power, but actually it's more about do these robots really believe they were created by humans, which of course us humans can relate to. Do we really believe that we were created by a god? So just brilliant. I feel like it also had kind of another meaning to me, like, are we robots if we don't believe in a higher power? But just, yeah, you could see this a few different ways, but I loved this creative, brilliant idea about these robots who were created by humans, but some people believe they were, and some robots believe they were, and some they don't, because we've. I just think it's a timely message because we as humans probably made ourselves obsolete by creating the robots, which is hilarious. So not to believe in the humans is like, to me, it's just crazy. And then, wow, did the higher power, did God make himself obsolete by creating humans? Makes you think. I'm probably reading way too much into this, but I just love that it got me thinking and it got me just really curious. Just really well done, really well written, really made me think. And I loved the tone of it with the clock in the background, the overcast sort of. It was kind of the cinematography and the lighting were really cool.
It creates a really interesting and compelling story with an unexpected ending and is overall really satisfying and makes you feel very invested in what the characters are discussing, and that by the end of it also gives you like a slightly different perspective on reality, which we may or may not want. But overall, it's really, really cool and really well done.
This is a conversation about beliefs and religion and the disbelief of religion and the breakdown of why or how people could be so committed to science. And this take on it is a sort of form of brainwashing that the government has created for you to learn and take in, versus the take of religion is bullshit, essentially. It's a very interesting piece to kind of have these conversations with, and this little bit at the end where we see this water bottle, this source of sustenance, right? Or so we think. We see that there is an analyzation and he's actually drinking oil as if he was a car, an automobile himself. And he ends up thanking, his religion to be able to drink this oil, which is so interesting of how we go so willingly to drink our water, which is something that our governments do pour chemicals and different things into our water. So it's very interesting to see the different amount of complex layers that exist in this piece.